I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody doing? Yo, what's going on, Titan Nation? How's everybody doing? Welcome into TNT tonight. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer. We're gonna have a very good episode for you on this day. I know it's a little earlier than usual, that we're going live at 3 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. At my normal scheduled time. And the reason for that is I will be attending tonight's Grizzlies-Lakers Game 5 tonight. The Grizzlies, they got to win. They got to win to keep their season alive and take it back to LA for a chance to possibly force a game 7 right back here. Or if they lose, season's over. So that is why I am on now, because in a little while, maybe in another hour or so, I'm going to be making my way down to FedEx Forum for Game 5, Grizzlies Lakers. So that's why I am on a little bit early than usual today. But it is draft day eve, as you know, we are about a little over 28 hours away from the draft taking place. So we're almost there. When we wake up tomorrow morning, it will indeed be draft day. And I am very excited about it, because we don't know what the Titans are going to do. But before we get into everything, again, make sure y'all share this show out, whether it be on Facebook under TNT Enforcers, as y'all see on the screen, or on Instagram at Titans_N_truth, or on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer. Make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. Let everybody know where they can go. Also, of course, super chats, of course, are also appreciated. Please help me share this show. If you are new to the channel, before you do that, make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button for me as well, because that's going to help what they call the algorithm. That'll help me out, and of course provide better content for you. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, to the Titans and Truth channel. I guarantee you there's a lot of big things on the way that I'm going to be working on definitely over the summer, putting up some new things coming up that I've been kind of teasing for about a year now, that I'm definitely going to try to do, and definitely try to be extremely much more active. So definitely subscribe and hit that bell, and hit all, so that way anytime I'm going live, whether it be a short, because I did my first short a little while ago, if I do a short, or if I do the show like this, definitely subscribe, so that way you know when I put something out, and you'll be able to enjoy it. Also, if you happen to miss any of the show, you can definitely go wherever you get your podcast, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, or Google Podcasts. You can listen to this episode. You can listen to all of this on any of those networks at all. And just giving y'all a heads up, I will be live the next 2 nights as well for draft night coverage for nights 1 and 2. So I will be doing round 1 tomorrow night, about 6 o'clock. I'm probably going to go live, maybe about 6:30. I'm going to be going live. I will have Ken Moore with me from K Moore Sports joining me as well. And definitely try to see if I can get maybe another guest or two to come on and join us as well. But Ken Moore will be with me. We will react to all the picks that happened in the first round of the draft, and also previewing, of course, rounds 2 and 3 as well, because that's going to be very, very interesting. So TNT tonight on a little bit early. I see some of y'all coming in. DO9 says we early. Yep, because I got to go. Even though I'm not extremely excited about this game, I got to go cheer my Grizzlies on and see if they can get to game 6 out in L.A. Miss Mims is in. OC615, who is a Titans and Grizzlies fan. Miss Mims said, can you do every Wednesday like this? Maybe it's something I'll think about. I might consider it, going a little bit earlier instead of a little bit later. Maybe that's something that I'll consider on that. That's something that I might definitely do. Let's see. Lou Man is in the building. We got a name. He's like 29 hours to go. Yeah, we're down to 28. Ms. Mim talking about go Warriors. We ain't talking about the Warriors here today. Lou Man talk, but I guess I don't really care about that. Lou Man says, "Go Nuggets, go!" Saw that the Nuggets did beat the Timberwolves in advance. AC Mick, what's up? He says he's excited about the draft, as am I. Again, make sure y'all continue sharing the show out. Trilogy Taylor. We got Titans Rossi in the building, and me and Rossi have definitely been talking. Of course, draft coverage is going on. Working on a possibility of something really cool that might be able to take place. We're gonna see if we can make that happen tomorrow night. We're definitely gonna see if we can make that work and everything. So there's a possibility this could be a really big TNT draft coverage show. Definitely. But let's go ahead and get into the show. We got let's see, Katana. I don't know how to say this name. Like tighten up. I'm like Katana Wall. I'm not sure how to say it, but I'm glad you are in there. So glad you're joining us. Titan Overdrive. I definitely see that. Derek Rob says, missed the last 3 lives, made it this time. Well, thank you for the super chat, Derek. Thank you for being here. I definitely do appreciate that. So everybody, welcome into the show. Let's go ahead and get started with the breaking news that we definitely had. Again, Robert, again, Derek, thank you so much for the super chat. Philomena said, I just knew you were streaming early to go to Bible study. I'm trying to now start reading my Bible a little bit more, but yes, because I'm going to a Grizzly game tonight. So that's why. Over Chicken, Mr. Jones also in. But let's go ahead and get into the big breaking news from overnight that got approved late overnight into this morning, and that is a brand new stadium is on the way. A brand new stadium is here. And well, Katana, thank you for clarifying that. I apologize if I screwed up the name, but thank you for the super chat. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you go ahead and subscribe and let your friends know so that they can come join us too. So welcome to the family. Titan Fox, I appreciate you being at work still listening. So I appreciate that. So I'm not sure if being earlier is better for all of us. I appreciate you, Titan Fox. Appreciate you tuning in. But yes, a new stadium is definitely coming. That vote got passed last night, 26-12, by the Metro Nashville Council. So that stadium is coming. The new enclosed stadium. Let me pull up a good picture I had of it. Some of the renderings that we have. But yes, this stadium, it is going to happen. It is happening, and they're looking like they're gonna what they're gonna have to do is get with an architect, which I'm pretty sure they have one in mind. And then, of course, a construction company, and then get ready to break ground, which I believe they estimate breaking ground in the middle of 2024 is when they're going to break ground and start building this new stadium. So probably after the season next year, midway through 2024, that is when the new stadium is going to start getting built. So again, 26-12. Is the total, and this is what Amy Adams Strunk had to say. She said, "Quote: For more than 25 years, Nashville, Tennessee has been the Titans' home, and with the approval of the new stadium agreement, we are grateful to know that the Titans will be a part of this great city and the state for decades to come." So I remember the early days of our time here, feeling all the promise and opportunity ahead, and I feel that same enthusiasm and excitement again today. We are thankful for the support of Mayor Cooper, Metro Council, and the Sports Authority, the state of Tennessee, and most importantly, the people of Nashville and Tennessee as we all embark on this new chapter together. I am stoked about this. I am extremely excited about this new stadium. Now, I know that there were some people that were for it. There were also some people that were against it and everything. So I am extremely excited about this new stadium. I want to get your thoughts. How are y'all feeling about this stadium finally getting approved and it is finally coming? Ms. Mills, of course, asking, am I excited? Yes, I am beyond excited. JS75 said new stadium incoming. Absolutely. Trilogy, I appreciate you leaving work. Said it looked like an Amazon Apple building covered in neon. Well, actually, a name, it is a brand new stadium. It is going to be a 60,000, approximately 60,000 feet, 60,000 seat stadium for games. And then, of course, the big thing about it is you can have concerts and other stuff all year round. And everything with that. And also, they're going to have a 12,000 square foot community center for like nonprofit organizations for education. Like they could probably have like college fairs. They can maybe have some job fairs and things like that as well at that arena. And so everything would be pretty cool and everything. So a name says outside of the exterior, he's thrilled. Trilogy Taylor says, I want the team to get approved to be better. Stadium doesn't matter to me. Well, I understand. Over Chicken said Nashville could possibly get an MLB team. I mean, that's another thing. Nashville is on the way up. Ms. Mims is talking about, homeless people not having a place. And I'm pretty sure that's something that is being addressed within the city. I don't call myself a politics guy by any means. Now, I am working on possibly securing a guest from the Metro, one of the council members of the Metro Council. I am trying to see if I can get in touch with this person. I've been in contact with this person because I actually know them personally, and I am working on possibly getting this person on the show to kind of give their thoughts on, on why they may have been either with or against the stadium as well. So that is something that I am working on right now. This person is saying they're, trying to get with their team and see if that's something that could be feasible and that can be worked out. And so that's something that I'm definitely trying to work on for in the near future with that. Pocket Hercules said they need a franchise quarterback. I agree. I definitely agree that you gotta have a good product to go in that stadium. You gotta have a good product to go in there. Let's see. Ms. Miller says, my question is, if they're going to build a stadium, will it be called Nissan Stadium? I think right now, Nissan does have the naming rights to the stadium. I don't know if they're going to change the name. I don't know if they're going to change the name or anything like that. I think it's going to still probably stick with Nissan because I think they've had a pretty good relationship. So I definitely could see that. Philip says, I like the design, look like a bigger version of Top Golf. Hey, I like Top Golf. So it's not a bad thought. I actually like it. It's modern. It's going, as far as with the project that they're doing, rebuilding the East Bank. And it's not just going to be a stadium there. They're, of course, going to be building an entertainment district with restaurants and, bars and probably some apartments for places for people to live and really grow that area and that neighborhood. So I think I am extremely excited. and I think a lot of people are as well. So this is big news. I am extremely excited about this. So congratulations to the Titans. Congratulations to the city of Nashville. I can't wait to be a season ticket holder going into that new stadium. And now you don't have to worry about, dag, it's going to rain today, or it's really, really cold, or dag, it's going to be burning up out there. You don't have to worry about that anymore, because we going to be on the inside, and it's going to feel good. That I assure you. But something else that happened this week, GM Rand Carthon had his pre-draft press conference in talking about this draft that's coming up tomorrow. And some of the things that I took out from the press conference, first of all, he did it alone, which was very interesting that Mike Vrabel was not a part of this press conference. He probably felt, you know what, I don't really need to be there for that. You can go ahead and do this one. I'll let you do this one. He's basically like, hey, you're the general manager. You're the running the show. And I'm like, that's cool. I actually like it that it was just Rand. And, he kind of gave a glimpse into everything that, maybe that could be on the Titans' mind. Maybe a little bit of what, they're thinking going into the draft. Now, one thing that he did, he definitely shut down. There was the rumors coming out about Philadelphia trying to trade for Derrick Henry. He immediately shut that down, saying, hey, I haven't gotten any calls on Derrick Henry. I have gotten none on Derrick Henry whatsoever or anything like that. But this was something that he mentioned about Ryan Tannehill, and there's been talk about that as well. Here's Rand Carthon talking about because there's been rumors of Derrick Henry, Kevin Byard, Ryan Tannehill being up for trade. This is what he said in regards to Ryan Tannehill. So that is GM Rand Carthon talking about Ryan Tannehill, saying, hey, he knows where we stand with us, and that, we've had this conversation and everything. And Jared Stillman, my guy Jared, asked the question of, whether or not you draft a quarterback or not, would you, shut everything down by just, would you say that, end all the speculation and say, you know what, Ryan Tannehill is our starting quarterback in 2023. Rand Carthon did not actually go far and say, Ryan Tannehill is our starting quarterback in 2023. He just said, hey, I talked to Ryan. He knows where we stand. He knows where he stands with us. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like John Robinson, what he said about A.J. Brown. He basically said, John Robinson said, well, how, A.J. knows how we feel about him, and he knows, where he stands with us and everything. And, it just made it seem like he basically made it seem that A.J. Brown was going to be a Titan. And then Mike Vrabel doubled down and said, as long as I'm the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, A.J. Brown will be a Titan. And, of course, we all know what happened on draft night. That A.J. Brown got traded. So, again, y'all have to understand this is lying season. There's a lot of lying going on. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. And I text TD. I text TD when the rumors were coming out about Derrick Henry, and I was asking him, I'm saying, hey, TD, have you heard anything about these rumors about Derrick Henry? I don't believe it, but I figure I ask you. And he said, hey, this is the first I've heard of it. And so I was like, okay, good. You're basically saying nothing's going on with that. He said, hey, just because that's not going down, that doesn't mean that something's not brewing, that something couldn't happen in a later time. So tomorrow night's going to be crazy. We know this. Tomorrow night, I am telling you, something's going to happen that we didn't expect. I am telling you now, with the entire first round of the draft, something's going to happen none of us expected and is going to drive us crazy. Or it might be extremely boring. And it might be like Ryan Reynolds in Hitman Bodyguard. Boring is best. That just means no drama. That means, hey, we picked a safe pick. Let's keep going. But, he mentioned that, he thought that there's a lot of positions that that could definitely be, there's a lot of positions that could definitely be open. And so this is what he said as far as looking at evaluating need versus best player available.
I think that's a good question. I think in most cases, obviously, you want to take care of a need, and you hope that the best player available is at a position of need, but you also don't want to reach, for a guy. You have to trust your board. You have to not only have them stacked right vertically, but you have to have them stacked right horizontally. And you just have to trust the process and just understand that, hey, this player here is available, but then a little bit further down you can get an equal player that you don't have to necessarily reach.
So that's Rand talking about need versus best player available. And so, it is, and he's right, because you have to, you can't just draft for need. Now, if the best player available is at a position of need, then you're good. But if the best player available on the board, let's just say, is Christian Gonzalez, the corner out of Oregon. Yeah, it's not a position of need, but this guy might be a blue chip player. And he mentioned, I want blue guys that can start and contribute right out of the gate. And so, Christian Gonzalez is there at 11. We could use some help at corner. That could be the pick. So, that's something of that. And no, I'm not really showing video. I'm just, I was giving you some audio of that. So that's what I was doing with that. So, let me get some of y'all comments on that. But again, some other things he talked about was he felt that the wide receiver class is deep, that the quarterback class was deep, which I'm not really sure about that, and that the offensive line class is pretty deep. So I definitely am feeling that, and I definitely like where he's going. Mr. Jones says Hendon Hooker instantly adds fan interest in going into a new stadium. Vol fan know how to sell out a Tennessee game. Now that is true. That is definitely true. Power Hour says the truth is speaking. Hey, I appreciate it. Derek Roberts saying the trilogy, the less Vrabel in the press conference, the better. I definitely agree. Ms. Jones says Hendon had drafted a player coming back from injury. Now, he mentioned, that, he may not hold injury necessarily against somebody, but at the same time, I don't think he's really looking at injury history. He's looking at guys that can contribute right away. So I think that's why I think they may stay away from guys that are injury prone. Lou Man says, I say we deal with Pittsburgh. There is a rumor out from Jeremy Fowler from ESPN that the Titans are a team that could trade back. Over Chicken says, it all depends on what Houston does it too. And I agree. That can shake up the entire draft. Says Phillips says, I'm not sure how good Carthon is as a GM, but I know he got one of the coolest. But he sips Crown Royal and his car smells like black ice. We definitely, we're going to find out how good he is. That much is true. We are definitely going to find out how good he is. So we're definitely going to see when it comes to that. But, they mentioned about CJ Stroud, and somebody asked, well, why didn't you bring CJ Stroud in for a visit? And he basically said that Vrabel and Tim Kelly, had some extensive time with him at the pro day. So, basically, and a lot of people you have to remember with the top 30 visits, just because somebody is not in for a top 30 visit does not mean the Titans are not interested in them. And just because somebody gets in for a top 30 visit doesn't mean the Titans are like, oh my God, we're definitely picking this guy. Now, from Titan history in the past, if you're in for a top 30 visit, they're very interested in you. That much is a fact. But it is also either that they're very, very interested, they want to check you out medically, or, they want to ask some final questions, or they just want to, there's something that they want to find out about. Something that could be, troubling, or something that, could be of interest later. So that's why you have those top 30 visits. So I thought the press conference was really, really good, in my opinion. Before we go into talking about the draft and everything, I want to bring up an announcement, of course, from my guy, Big Dell, the big dog of Titan Nation, letting y'all know there is a Titans fan cruise that's been put together for 2024. February 29th to March 4th of next year, a 4-day cruise from New Orleans to Cozumel, Mexico. So this is going to happen. You put down $100 deposit, and there is a website. That you could go to look at the rates of the rooms and everything, and what all is included in the package. There are going to be some parties. Titan players are going to be on this cruise as well. There's going to be parties, a question and answer session, the captain's dinner. There's going to be a lot of big things. There's going to be a party in Mexico, and there's also going to be some stuff going on in New Orleans as well. So definitely something that a lot of fans could look forward to. I am working on trying to go myself, and matter of fact, I'm going to try to see if I can pull up the website. Give me a moment. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna try to pull up the site for a minute, and then I can kind of show you the site as it is. Yeah, give me a second. But yeah, the Titans cruise, here it is. I'm just setting my screen the way I want it. But yes, here's the Titans cruise. The website, TitansFanCruise.com is the name of it. You got your first annual It's like, don't miss the first annual cruise. You book your cabin and everything. There is a lady by the name of Cynthia Bowen. Again, I will put information on the TNT the TNT Enforcers page, as well as my YouTube. I mean, not the YouTube channel. I'll probably do a short on that as well, and also be on Instagram and Twitter. So definitely be on the lookout for all of this and everything. So, for example, they're going to be announcing players that's going to join. There's going to be a party in New Orleans. There's going to be an autograph session. There's going to be a Q&A session. You're going to have dinner, miniature golf shootout competition, stuff like that, karaoke party. There's going to be a lot of parties going on this cruise. And then also, you look at pricing and things like that, everything that the pricing includes and things like that. And I know some are trying to book through Carnival and just see if there's a package as far as just the events. But you have different options as far as rooms and cabins. So definitely go on that website, TitansFanCruise.com. It has been set up. Definitely check it out. It looks like it is going to be a whole lot of fun. I am excited. I am definitely trying everything in my power to go myself. So I am definitely looking forward to that. So, and actually, I am putting the website on there right now. The name of the website, I've put it up in the comments. So it's TitansFanCruise.com. www.TitansFanCruise.com. And that's fans with an S. So I made a mistake on that. I'm actually fixing that right now. There it is. So there it is right there. TitansFansCruise.com. That is the name of the site, and that's where you could go to take a look at all the prices, everything that's included. You could definitely take a look at that. So shout out to my guy Dale Burnett, the big dog of Titan Nation, and you can definitely go there and ask questions and things like that. Typhon said, can we get a discount for being your friend? I didn't set this up, so I cannot give discounts. If you could talk to the big dog, Dale Burnett, or Cynthia Bowen she is the travel director that is putting all of this together. So definitely check that out. And we're definitely going to keep going and definitely go into talking about these quarterbacks now as we preview the last position that I think is the most important that the Titans could look at, and that is the quarterback position. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk all over the place about quarterbacks, so I'm really not going to be spending a whole bunch of time on them. I think we've all heard everything about all the quarterbacks and everything that's going on. And so let's just let's not even waste any time and just get right into these quarterbacks. What I like about them and what I don't like about them as well. So yeah, give me a second. We're definitely going to do that, and definitely going to start talking about some of these quarterbacks right now. And the first one that I want to talk about is the one that will be the least available, a guy that we have pretty much zero shot of getting, and that is Bryce Young from Alabama. 5'10", 197, 3,328 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. A very impressive quarterback. But the thing that is good about him is that he has a quick release, very accurate on his throws. He has experience. He can be mobile, extremely intelligent. However, he is small, and he has dealt with some injuries throughout the last year of the season. But again, not really going to dwell too much on Bryce Young because he's probably not going to be available for the Titans anyway. My second quarterback is C.J. Stroud, 6'3", 214 from Ohio State, 3,688 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Now, C.J. Stroud has been talked a lot about. And, let's see. Now, C.J. Stroud has been talked about a lot. And, that everybody's talking about, the S2 test and things like that, really talking about that. And I think something was happening today where he spoke and might have seemed like he was getting flustered and things like that. So I don't know what that really means, but one thing I did like about C.J. Stroud, has some very good arm strength, good anticipation, as accurate with the football, definitely knows how to find his receivers, although he does struggle with pressure and sometimes tries to escape the pocket when he doesn't have to and everything. So, sometimes he manufactures his own pressure when there's really not anything there. However, this is where I have interest in C.J. Stroud. Because, of course, the rumor is Bryce Young is going number 1. And that at number 2, and I think most likely the Houston Texans are going to draft a quarterback. I don't think they're that stupid. But a lot of people say C.J. Stroud could fall. And I think if C.J. Stroud gets past 2, I know it might be a little bit too rich, and we have other needs. But if you got a chance to go get C.J. Stroud at 3, go up and get him. He is the only quarterback I am trading up for is C.J. Stroud. Because I think he has the ability to be great. I really do think that. So, so I definitely like C.J. Stroud. Mr. Pocket Hercules says C.J. could fall to 11. Trilogy says he's out on the whole class. Ms. Jones says C.J. Fraud was blown out 2 straight years to Michigan. Now that is true. He has lost to Michigan. So, that is a point. Trilogy. Yeah. CJ, Bryce Young is excluded because we're not going to get him. Actually, Trilogy, he did have a star receiver by the name of Marvin Harrison Jr., who will be the top wide receiver in next year's draft. So I would want C.J. Stroud if he's there available at 3. I don't know if he's going to fall to 11. Now, he might fall past 5. If he's there like 5 or 6, then yeah, you may not have to give up much to go get C.J. Stroud, and you might be able to keep your first-round pick next year as well. So I like C.J. Stroud. I know there's some of you that do not. Next up is Will Levis. 6'4", 229 from Kentucky, 2,400 yards, 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The pros I like about him, very strong arm, can go deep. He's athletic, and he can run out of the pocket, play in a pro-style offense, and I think he has a little bit of moxie to him. However, cons, he does have some accuracy issues, especially in the short to intermediate throws. He doesn't make the best decisions and have some problems with vision and is a little bit weird. Seemed like he's more of a guy that, craves attention in a way and stuff like that. So I know Will Levis is a guy that a lot of you Titan fans really wouldn't want. I'm not really a big fan of Levis either. And so I would not be for going after him. I mean, there are some things to like about him. I went back and watched the game against Tennessee as well as the game against Florida. And there were some times I thought, man, Will Levis probably would be a good fit because the offense that they ran is very similar to the offense the Titans run, which relied a lot on the run, even though his offensive line wasn't very good, and he didn't have a lot of receivers either. And some of his receivers were just dropping balls. I mean, that's the worst thing. And so, I mean, there were some things to like about Will Levis, and there's a lot of things I don't like some of the decision-making I just wasn't huge on. So I definitely wasn't big on him as much as some people are in the media, but I don't know if I can. It's hard to sell Will Levis for me. And then last but not least, and then number 4 is Anthony Richardson out of Florida. And, he's 6'4", 244, 2,549 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He also ran for 654 yards and 9 TDs as well. He definitely has size, very much like a Cam Newton. He definitely has size. He can definitely go deep. He's extremely athletic and mobile, and he is a true dual threat quarterback. However, he is extremely inexperienced, extremely raw, and he is a project. And let me put it to you like this. I would not draft Anthony Richardson because you already have an Anthony Richardson on your team by the name of Malik Willis, who needs development. And again, I was listening to Caroline, Willie, and D Mace earlier, and I called in and I basically said, honestly, I don't see why a lot of people are giving up on Malik because he wasn't supposed to play last year. And I don't think the Titans put him in the best position to succeed. I think they put him in a position to fail. And so I just think that Anthony Richardson is extremely similar to Malik. Very same skill set. Can throw the ball deep, mobile, athletic, dual threat. Does have accuracy issues, pretty raw, and Anthony Richardson would have to sit for a year. He would have to sit. In that situation, Tannehill has got to be the guy if he's coming in. So if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose between Levis and Richardson, I'm choosing Will Levis all the way. But that's just me. And that's just my way of thinking. And then last but not least, and I'm going to get to some of y'all comments. Last but not least, of course, is Hendon Hooker. 6'3", 217 from Tennessee, 3,135 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Rocky Top. He's definitely intelligent, good decision-making, very good footwork, and is definitely accurate. However, he is about to be 26 years old. He's coming off of an ACL injury. And was he a product of the offense that he was running? As far as just one read and that's it. There were times he may have held the ball too long and didn't feel the pressure. So there are some cons to Hendon Hooker's game as well. And so, Hendon Hooker, really looked for Jalen Hyatt. And, he at times didn't have Cedric Tillman because he was hurt some as well. But Hendon Hooker, I think, is a very good quarterback. I wanted to put him third on my quarterback rankings, but I do think the ACL injury played a role, because if it wasn't for that, I could see us taking Hendon Hooker at 11 if he was there. But with that injury, he might make it to the back end of the first round. I am not 100% certain on that. But those are my top 5 quarterbacks that I like in this draft. And let me get some of your comments. Rocky Hits is sorry I'm late, but I'm glad you're here anyway. I've definitely heard some news about, trade back and you can get Hendon Hooker and things like that. Let's see. Pocket Hercules says, I like Hendon Hooker over CJ. JS75 says, I don't know why CJ Stroud is getting criticism for the S2. Now, the people at the S2 cognitive test did say that not all scores are completely accurate. So there's that. Trilogy says, I'm out on Levis. I am not, and I'm not even a Vols fan. Amar says, we need to draft CJ Stroud if possible. If not, then Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. Mr. Jones says Levis, too many L's in a row, and that's what he brings a team. Some are saying Hooker beat Levis. AZ Mix says we don't need any more projects. Trilogy says Vrabel is out on Malik. We're definitely going to find out. Excuse me. But, like I said, I like CJ Stroud. I like Hendon Hooker. So I definitely could see that. Amar says, if they're serious about winning, they'll do the right thing and draft the quarterback high. We're definitely going to see about that and everything. So we're definitely going to find out what they're made of. And one part of the team that is very underrated of a need, in my opinion, is cornerback. I think cornerback is the one defensive need that we do need to address in this draft. Now, again, some of the top corners being Christian Gonzalez or Devin Witherspoon or Joey Porter Jr. I don't know if we pick up any of those in the first round. Now, if we have to stick and pick, if a guy like a Christian Gonzalez or a Devin Witherspoon is available, then you pick them. You pick them and you go with it. And so that's just kind of what I think as far as that. I do think they will go to corner at some point in the draft, maybe in the 5th round. They might look at a corner, or even the 3rd round, they might look at a corner. So I definitely see corner definitely being addressed. And Mim says our quarterback needs to get himself together. I agree. Trilogy says definitely because Farley is terrible. I don't think Farley's just had opportunities. I mean, he had a couple of opportunities, but he keeps getting hurt. Or Vrabel benched him like in the Washington game. But the only problem is you bench Caleb Farley, but you won't bench Dennis Daly. And as far as the quarterback is concerned, I'm nervous about bringing in a quarterback because I don't know if we have the staff that will develop him and put him in the right spots to succeed with this offense. So That's really all I got to say when it comes to that. Um, excuse me. But I mean, it's going to be very interesting if they do pick a quarterback in this draft. Again, expect the unexpected because we do not know how this board is going to fall. And speaking of which, we are about to have our first annual, and we're about to have the TNT one and final mock draft of the first round. So, I'm using the Pro Football Network mock draft. And let me see if I can bring it up. And so here we go. We're going to go ahead and start a mock draft, and we're going to just run through the first round really fast. I'm going to be making all the picks, and we're definitely going to go from there. So with the first pick in the 2023 NFL draft, I'm not really going to explain a lot. The Carolina Panthers go Bryce Young from quarterback out of Alabama. I just think that is a slam dunk. I just think that is pretty automatic. And I just think that's where Carolina's going to go, even though I am hearing about Will Levis. I go Bryce Young from Alabama. At number 2, in sticking, I'm not going to make any trades. I'm not going to make any trades. But at number 2, I don't know if I believe the slide. And so I'm going with C.J. Stroud, quarterback from Ohio State. He'd be too good to pass up. I can see Houston going defense and really being stupid in regards to that. And matter of fact, scratch that. I'm going to start over. I apologize. I have to, not change my mind on stuff. But again, I'm making a mistake. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to start this again. All right. Let's get started. Yes. Once again, Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama, goes number 1. We're going to go a little crazy. At number 2, I'm going Will Anderson, edge rusher out of Houston. I just think Houston might just be that crazy. Houston might just be that crazy and take Will Anderson at 2. At 3, I think the Cardinals, missing out on Will Anderson, I think they go Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech. And I will get to some of y'all comments in a minute. At number 4, I get the feeling that the Colts really like Will Levis. And I think that's who they're going to go with at 4. At number 5, Jalen Carter is just too good to pass up in Seattle. So I'm going Jalen Carter at 5. I just think that it's too obvious. So that's why I'm going at 5. At 6, I have the Detroit Lions. And not entirely sure where I go here. But they don't need a quarterback. But they can use some help defensively. And I say they go Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. At 7, Raiders need a quarterback of the future. 2 are standing there. And there's Anthony Richardson at 7. Now, at 8, you have the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons could use offensive line help. They can use edge help. They could use a defensive tackle at 7. They don't need they could use some help on the offensive line. And I think they steal Paris Johnson right up under Chicago at 8. At 9, they could go many different ways here. The Bears could. But I think they too need help on the offensive line. And Broderick Jones is the best player available at 9. So I'm going there. At 10, how about things really get crazy? And the Eagles, the rich just keep getting richer. Bijan Robinson goes at number 10. Now, again, this is what I think is going to happen. I'm probably wrong on all of this because I am no expert, period. And now we come to the Titans at 11. And look who is there at 11 just waiting to get scooped up. Highly doubt this happens for real, but if it does, Rand Carthon should run the representative, whoever turned in that ticket, should run as fast as humanly possible and take C.J. Stroud at 11. The drop has happened. And C.J. Stroud goes 11 to the Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to stop there for a brief second because I know there are some comments. I want to let y'all know what y'all think. Am I nuts for how this draft has gone so far? And then we'll run through the rest of the picks. Trilogy said we need the Panthers to choose Will Anderson. Select Anderson or Richardson, you might mean. Jalen Carter at 5 sounds about right for Amar. Christian Gonzalez, let's see. And Ms. Mims, you're right. Tomorrow is not going to go any way the way I planned it. It is probably going to go the exact opposite. Rocky says, if you had to guess who would go at 11, probably Paris Johnson or Peter Stroyansky, and I'll be real. Now, says he would drop it out all the way to 11. If he drops past 4, I might look to trade up. And a lot of it, I'm going like best player available as much as I can. So that's what I'm trying to do. But let's go through the rest of the draft At 12, you have the Houston Texans. They can use edge. They can use a wide receiver. They can use help on the offensive line. Unfortunately, I think they go Jackson Smith and Jigba at 12. 13, you got the Green Bay Packers with a new starting quarterback. But they also could use help in the edge situation. I'm going to go Nolan Smith goes to Green Bay. At 14, you got the New England Patriots. They can use a wide receiver. They can use a corner. They can use a linebacker. Devin Witherspoon is still sitting there. I mean, that's a good get at 14 for the New England Patriots. 15, now, the Jets just got Aaron Rodgers. So he might could use some protection. You know, he could also use an edge rusher. I'm gonna go with Peter Stoyanski because maybe they don't believe in Mekhi Becton anymore. You gotta protect Aaron Rodgers. At 16 is the Commanders at 16. And they can use help on the defensive side. They just decided not to pick up Chase Young's fifth-year option, so they can use help in the pass rush department. I'm going Luca Van Ness from Washington to go 16. 17 being the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can also use help at corner. They can use help at receiver. And there's a good one standing there following his father's footsteps to Pittsburgh, Joey Porter at 17 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now we go 18, Detroit back on the clock. You know, early on, they got a corner in Christian Gonzalez. You know, they got a corner early at 6. And now they're back at 18. You know, they could definitely use some more help defensively. And I think they get it in safety Brian Branch from Alabama to go along to help shore up that defense, because that defensive backfield, one thing about Detroit, they were very good at scoring, but they were also bad at letting other teams score. With that. So at 19, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could use a quarterback. So as crazy as this is going to sound, they're going to stretch and go Hendon Hooker at 19. I see it happening. I definitely do think that's what they're going to do. Seattle back at 20. They already got Jalen Carter on defense. They can use help on the offensive line. They can use a linebacker. You know, we definitely got to keep, you know, Geno upright. You know, he just missed out on the quarterback. I'm going to go Miles Murphy, edge rusher out of Clemson, going to Seattle. So they shore up the defense some more. At 21, you got the Bolts. You got the Bolts. You don't know what's going to happen with Keenan Allen. You got Mike Williams. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with Austin Eckler wanting a trade. They could also use some help at tackle. And the best player available, they have a choice of either one. But I think I go with Darnell Wright out of Tennessee to go on the other side of Rashawn Slater. And remember, Slater did have some injury last year. So if anything, he could go to the left side if he has to. At 22, you got them Dirty Bird Ravens. And if they're going to keep Lamar Jackson, you got to get him a wide receiver. You got to get him some receiver help. And what do you know? Former Biletnikoff Award winner is just sitting right there for the taking. At number 22, Jordan Addison. At 23, Minnesota. You know, they could have been looking at a quarterback. Could they use another wide receiver to go alongside Justin Jefferson? You know, is there a linebacker there? They could definitely use some help at corner. And Deonte Banks is the best cornerback available. I have him going to the Minnesota Vikings at 23. Those pesky Jaguars at 24. You know, you got Trevor Lawrence. You got a pretty good quarterback. You got a pretty good offense with ETN on that side as well. Could they show up the offensive line? Could they go defense as well? I think they could go with a good tight end. And I'm going to go with Dalton Kincaid out of Utah to go to Jacksonville at 24. Now, again, I'm looking at needs, so I'm not just guessing. At 25, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with Saquon Barkley. And we know they could use help on the offensive line as well. But there's really not, well, there is an offensive lineman that could go in that position. So, I mean, I definitely could see an Anton Harrison going there. Maybe Quinn Johnston could be another. But, you know, they can also use some help in the defensive backfield. And this might be a little early for him. But I can see the Giants going Keely Ringo, cornerback from the Giants, going to New York. And now, them daggum Cowboys at 26. You know they got a good offensive line. They could use a running back, but Bijan Robinson is gone. They could also use a defensive tackle. And one is just happened to be there for them, and Brian Breesy from Clemson. At 27, we know the Bills were looking at receiver. They might trade for DeAndre Hopkins. They could use help at corner or at linebacker. They could use a guard. Unfortunately for the Bills, the rich get richer. I'm going Quinn Johnston going to the Buffalo Bills at 27. At 28, you got the Bengals. They can use edge help. They can use a defensive tackle, another wide receiver maybe. Isaiah Folksy right there for the taking for the Bengals at 28. And I know I'm not getting to some of y'all comments because I'm trying to hurry up through this mock draft and everything so that I can get back to y'all as quick as I can. At 29, you got the Saints. They can use help at edge. They can use a tight end. They could use all kinds of help. Tight end is the best player available, so I got them going Michael Mayer at 29. At 30, the Eagles, the defending AFC champions, back on the board. They already picked the running back as the best player available. You know, they can use help at corner. They can use help on the defense, which is already pretty good. And I just think, unfortunately, the rich keep getting richer. They are already good on the defensive line, and they just continue to get stronger with Kaji with Kalijah Cansey going to the Eagles. And the final pick of the first round, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. Zay Flowers is sitting there, and that would just be just like the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think I'm going to go another direction. They always could use help on offensive line. I'm going Anton Harrison at 30. So that is my mock draft. And as y'all can see, I will be sharing all of this at some point. I am downloading that right now. And I'm also saving that too. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And but that's what I think. That is my mock draft. I will again definitely post this on Facebook, on Instagram as well. So I will definitely do that. What did y'all think of my mock draft? Do y'all like it? Do you hate it? What do you think? There's still some good players left on the board. Let me know what y'all think of this mock draft. But everybody, let's see. I'm going to get to some of y'all comments because I'm going to remove that. And let me see what y'all think. Trilogy says the only team I can count on messing up is Houston. Ms. Mim says she's taking notes. I want us to run it back. Rocky says I want us to run it back with Tanny and Henry one last time to see what happens. We've done this 2 years in a row. Again, like I told y'all in the video, y'all need to embrace the future, which most likely they're going to be predictable, and that's what's going to happen. But and Trilogy saying, got an alert that Houston is trying to get out of 12. I have not gotten that. So I don't know if they're actually trying to get out of 12, but I know they may try to get out of 2. Rocky says, do you think we managed 10 wins? Right now, I'm going to say no. Trilogy says, good picks overall. I don't see us winning 10 games. I really don't. Let's see. Lou Man says, mock draft, it is what it is. Have fun tonight. I mean, hey, we're going to definitely see. Amar, I'm with Amar. We can't keep wasting time with Tannehill. If Vrabel doesn't turn around, he will be fired. And I agree with that. I honestly thought they should have went with an offensive type coach this past offseason, but they want to give Vrabel a shot, and this is going to be his last chance. If he doesn't step up, he's out. And I really believe that. But everybody, I am finna get ready to get out of here because I am going to be going to the Grizzly game that's going to tip off in a couple of hours. I'm probably finna get ready in just a little bit and try to get down, enjoy some of the festivities a little bit, and, hope that the Grizzlies win and hold on and get another game against the Lakers in Game 6. I do think the Grizzlies will win this game and will get a Game 6, but we're definitely going to find out. But again, y'all keep coming. Let me know what y'all think of the draft. Again, there will be coverage of the draft starting tomorrow. So I'm just letting y'all know, full first round first round and full day 1 and day 2 draft coverage right here on TNT. So you definitely want to make sure you're here for that. I know some other people are doing draft day coverage as well, but you want to definitely tune in right here. I will be giving you reactions to every pick as it happens. Ken Moore from K Moore Sports is going to be joining me. I might be able to get P. Shark as well. I might be working on him also. Definitely going to see if I can get another guest or two to join us. So definitely going to be some coverage on day 1 and day 2 of the draft. I guarantee it. That's going to be coming out very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. But I thank y'all for tuning in to TNT tonight. I am your host, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Let's go Grizz. Let's take it to game 6. And again, let's tighten up because that's all we know how to do. Y'all definitely check out the website, TitansFansCruise.com, and definitely take a look at that for the cruise. And thank y'all. And y'all have a good rest of the night and tighten up. That's all we know how to do. I will see y'all tomorrow night for night 1 of the NFL draft. Draft day is here.